I Sing of Arms and a Man, a delicious trio production covering lines 1 through 156 of the Aeneid.
Preceding the Aeneid, the Greeks finally conquered the Trojans and pillaged their city after 10 long years of fighting. Some Trojans escaped, but many died in the pillaging.
Here we begin our journey with young Aeneas as he travels from Troy to Carthage and then on to Sicily and finally to Italia. This journey will be a long and testing one for Aeneas, but one that will increase his character and will benefit his civilization in the long run. So let's begin. As we begin our story, Juno learns about the eventual fate of Aeneas and the destruction of her beloved Carthage. She becomes infuriated at this and asks for revenge. Juno observes the future destruction of Carthage by Rome and Aeneas' future civilization. She recalls even more current events to fuel her anger. Specifically, the choosing of Venus over her by Paris with the golden apple angers her greatly. Being spurred by a fellow Trojan angers her towards any Trojan in general and makes her want to destroy Aeneas. Juno goes on to specifically remember Pallas's destruction of her enemy and foe Ajax. During this, she took up rocks and threw Ajax and destroyed his boat and all his men. She wonders, could she possibly do this to Aeneas? Why can't she do this to Aeneas? What stops her? But she decides to take the faithful action and go and talk to Iolaus, the king of the winds. Juno approaches Iolaus, the king of the winds, who keeps his winds trapped in a dark, vast caves and controls them with chains in a prison. She asks Iolaus, can you raise the winds and destroy Aeneas' boats and scatter them all across the sea for me? To which he responds, surely I will, only for you, who allows me to dine at the table of the gods. She even adds in a reward of her most beautiful nymph to live throughout the ages with Iolaus. This pleases Iolaus, and he is very willing to do her task. Juno leaves satisfied that Aeneas' band of survivors will be scattered and destroyed across the seas. This does not look good for Aeneas. The winds batter Aeneas' sails and throw his ship across the seas. The oars and the ropes crack and crumble as his crew struggle. Aeneas' ship strikes a rock, and the gods Clyomothe and Triton save him and push his ship off the rock. Aeneas' ship continues to be battered and thrown across the seas as his crew struggles to maintain life. Aeneas does not know what to do at this point and turns to the only thing he knows. Aeneas turns to the stars and prays, and he asks for the help of the gods to save his ship and his men. He recalls his days as a Trojan and wishes back to them. Neptune, feeling that Juno and Iolaus have tried to override his power, swiftly calms the seas and gives safe passage to Aeneas' boat, turning back all that Iolaus has created. The sea turns calm and everything returns to normal. As Aeneas identifies this, he immediately is astonished by the lack of winds and the turn of his fate. Neptune has restored Aeneas' future, and now he can go on and fulfill his destiny.